The tunnel loomed ahead, a gaping maw carved into the mountainside, its darkness swallowing the last rays of twilight. My car's headlights flickered as I approached, the dashboard clock ticking to 9:47 p.m. My hands tightened on the wheel, sweat beading on my forehead. Shadows danced in my peripheral vision, figures that darted too quickly to focus on, their forms distorted yet humanoid. I floored the accelerator, but the car slowed, as if dragged by an unseen force. A woman, her face pale and hollow, stood motionless in the center of the tunnel. Her eyes were gone, replaced by dark sockets that wept black tears. She raised a trembling hand, pointing at me. "Why are you here?" she rasped, her voice echoing with a dozen others. At night, I hear the whispers, feel the cold hand. The tunnel changed me, and I know it's not done. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever felt trapped by something you couldn't escape? Leave a comment. Your story might be the key to understanding what lurks in Tunnel A17, because next time, it might not let you go. The question hung in the air, a mid-story engagement that gripped me. Why was I here? Had I taken this route by choice? Or had some force lured me into this trap? I swerved to avoid her, but she was gone, leaving only the echo of her query to haunt me. In the rearview mirror, a pair of glowing eyes stared back and blinking, predatory. The car's interior morphed seat. Belts tightened like restraints. The steering wheel grew warm and pulsed under my grip. The car stalled, plunging me into darkness. A cold hand brushed my neck, and I swung wildly, connecting with nothing. The whispers crescendoed into a deafening roar, voices of the lost overlapping in a cacophony of despair. I clawed at the door, stumbling out into the tunnel's cold embrace. The exit was meters away, but the air thickened, pulling me back. With a final, desperate lunge, I broke free, collapsing onto the asphalt outside. The clock read 10:17 p.m. 30 minutes had passed in a 3-minute tunnel. Faces appeared in the windows, their expressions twisted in silent screams, mouths gaping as if pleading for release. I recognized one, a friend who'd vanished years ago. "Help me," he mouthed, his voice a memory dredged from my subconscious. Tears streamed down my face as I realized this tunnel fed on my fears, pulling them from the depths of my mind to torment me. Was this punishment a test, or had I crossed into a realm where time and terror were one? I screamed, twisting to look, but they vanished. The silence that followed was worse, a heavy void pressing against my ear. That's when the whispers started again, not from the radio but from inside my mind. "You can't leave," they hit. "You belong to us now." My sanity frayed, each word a needle piercing my thoughts. My breath fogged in the chilled air. Though the car's heater was on full blast, minutes dragged into what felt like hours. The clock froze at 9:48 p.m., mocking my reality. Then, a thud against the roof. I jolted, swerving, my heart hammering. Another thud, then scratching, like nails dragging across metal. Something was up there, and it wasn't leaving. I slammed the buttons, but the sound persisted, layering with faint, childlike laughter that echoed inside the confined space. The tunnel, barely 3 minutes long, stretched endlessly before me, the exit a distant pinprick of light that refused to grow closer. Panic clawed at my chest. Was this a hallucination? Or had I stumbled into something far worse? The sign read, "Tunnel I Disasechi. 3 minutes to a simple drive," they said. A shortcut, they promised. But as I entered, the air thickened, and time itself seemed to warp. 30 minutes later, I emerged. What was left of me, did scarred by a nightmare no one would believe. The first sign of trouble came 30 seconds in. The radio crackled, spitting static before a voice, low and guttural, whispered my name. "Elias?" The walls pulsed, as if alive, their damp surfaces glistening with an unnatural sheen. At the 10-minute mark, the headlights dimmed, casting the tunnel into a suffocating gloom. Halfway through this torment, 15 minutes in, though it felt like an eternity, the next 10 minutes plunged me deeper into psychological horror. At the 25th minute, the end was in sight, but the tunnel fought back. I drove home in silence, The radio dead. The car scarred with scratches I couldn't explain, but the horror lingers.